Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good depending on where you'll be watching from. It's your very own Amanda Lasmon, and I'm here tonight on another platform, the platform of Soul Elite. I first of all want to say thanks to Zini Nadozie Ibukwe for the honor to host me on her platform. Tonight we'll be talking about something that something that I have spoken um, about 2 years ago, and I would like to. I was when he asked me to talk about it again. Is uh, God bless you, darling. God bless you. Many of us seem to get away from a subject that many of us don't want to talk about, but you might be surprised at how many people are dealing with it. That is the other can help save somebody's life, something that can help save our own lives, save your life, save my life. Because sometimes when we sit on these platforms to talk, many of you believe that, oh, these people that are talking, they are so perfect. Their life is so perfect. Their life is so wonderful. They have nothing to worry about. They have it all covered, you know. But the truth is this, that many times when people call me to talk to them about, to discuss with me about issues going on in their lives, difficult situations, depressive situations, anxiety, and different kinds of things that they want encouragement with, I find myself being encouraged while talking to them. I find myself getting the right words to tell them, but at the end of the day, I find that I get motivated by talking to them. So while I am talking to you, I'm not teaching you to learn because I know more, but we are teaching each other. We are all learning from each other. I learn from your story. Your story encourages me. My story encourages you. That's how we help each other. I am not a professional when it comes to depressive situations, but I can only talk from my perspective, from what I have experienced, from what people have experienced around me. So don't make the mistake of thinking that anybody who comes online or you read their book and you think, oh, they've got it all covered up. They have no problems. They have no issues. Every one of us go through that moment of, or that period of depression, anxiety, sadness, anger, despondency, or whatever you choose to call it. We all go through those moments, but there are levels of these things. There are levels of these things. So before I go into it, like I said, please go ahead and share this broadcast. Let me take a moment to share through another device. Let me take a moment to share through. Okay. Okay, so elite. Let me share to my fans, share to your fans as well. Invite people to join, because you'll be helping somebody. You'll be helping somebody. We're not praying to have these issues, but the truth is, it can happen. Nobody prays for it. Nobody wants it. Nobody desires it. Nobody things can happen to them. But that's what life is about. Life can happen to anybody at any time. It doesn't mean you are not how do I say it? You are not faithful to God, or you don't love God, or your faith is not strong. When life happens, it happens. When life happens, it happens. So please share this broadcast to help somebody. To help somebody. If you feel like, okay, well, I am so strong, I am so powerful, my life is all good, it won't help me. But please try, help somebody else. Share it to your platform, share it to your page, share it anywhere you can share. Invite people to be part of it, because I don't want to talk. I don't want to be the one talking and you listening. Well, I want us to have an interactive session. If you look on the screen, you see my phone number. You can call direct for those of you in Belgium. You can also call through WhatsApp, or you can call on Messenger. I have my phone here, so I can take your questions on Messenger. If you have any questions to ask, go ahead, ask the question. If I cannot give you an answer, there are many people online. I can see already. I see Zini is online. I see John Nidred is online. God bless you. We learn from each other. That's the truth. We learn from each other. God bless you, darling. Thank you. So please share this broadcast. It will bless somebody's life. I want to take some time, just a few minutes, to share before we go into it. Okay, let me share to my own page so that just keep sharing, keep inviting people. All your friends, inbox them. Invite them to watch. Invite them. Bless somebody else. If it won't help them, there are many videos we receive that probably we may not have anything to gain from it, but other people can also gain from those things. Overcoming depression is the topic tonight. Overcoming depression. What is this about? What is depression? What are we overcoming? How do we do that? Overcoming depression. Okay, post I've shared to my page. So those of you in line, let's not waste much time. Let's begin with the broadcast. So before we go into this thing, I want us to learn a little bit about particular thing that we're talking about, depression. What is it? What is it? What depression? Overcoming depression, something that we need to overcome. We can't overcome something if we don't know what it is. If we don't know what the problem is, if we have no idea what we are overcoming, before you can overcome something, you have to have an idea what it is about. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Let me know if you, I know that you can see me because I can see it on another device. So I believe that you can see me, but to increase the volume. Okay, I can hear myself. Good. So, what is depression? Depression, the dictionary describes depression characterized by severe feelings of despondency and dejection, typically also with feelings of inadequacy and guilt, often accompanied by lack of energy and disturbance of appetite and sleep. Feelings of severe despondency and dejection. Self-doubt, self-doubt, when you that moment when you begin to doubt yourself, self-doubt creeps in, and slowly it turns to depression. A feeling of a mental condition. The dictionary calls it a mental condition. And in economics, it's known as a long and severe recession in an economy or market. Now, note two things they have in common. Note two things that they have in common. Depression have many, they can occur in different areas of life. But I took these two areas, these two sectors, but I wanted to point out something. And that thing is this. In psychiatry, it's known as a mental condition characterized by feelings of severe. Now listen to that. It says it's a mental condition characterized by severe feelings of despondency and dejection. And okay, let's not talk about the other things. Inadequacy, guilt is accompanied by lack of energy and disturbance of appetite and sleep. But in economics, it's also described as a long and severe recession in an economy. It didn't say it's a recession in an economy. It says a severe. So depression is not the same thing as, oh, I lost sad. My husband didn't do what I like today. I am sad. I'm angry with him since yesterday. I've been angry with him since yesterday. They are totally the same thing as I don't like my mother-in-law. She makes me angry. So when I know she's coming, I'm not feeling very well. That's not depression. It says it's a severe feeling of, no, it's a feeling of severe despondency and dejection. Moments where you lack that self-confidence in yourself, that moment where life has no meaning, that moment, those periods, and it's not just one day thing. According to the World Health Organization, and also, yeah, since it's a World Health Organization thing, many hospitals will look at how long you've been feeling this pain, this anger, this sadness. It must take at least 2 weeks for somebody to be feeling this thing, for them to be, diagnosed as having depression. Many of us throw these words around. We throw these things around. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm depressed. Depression is not something that we joke with. When you're sad because your wife or your husband is not doing what you're asking, it's not depression. So we need to be careful when we throw words around like, oh, I don't have a job, I'm looking for a job, so I'm depressed. No, you're not. You're probably sad about something. You're probably angry about something. You're probably feeling anxiety over something. But that is different from depression. Depression is a major medical condition. It's a serious medical condition, serious medical illness that negatively affects the way you feel, the way you think, and the way you act. But the good news is this: depression is treatable. Sickness you don't lose sleep. You emotional and physical activities that one once enjoyed, change weight loss or weight gain, unrelated to dieting, you suddenly find yourself adding weight, and it's not because you're eating too much, or suddenly find yourself losing weight, not because you are dieting, either gaining weight or losing weight, and it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with what you are eating. Not because you're eating too much, you set yourself, you have noticed that, look, I am eating well, I'm not doing anything, I'm not eating anything I'm not supposed to eat. And you find yourself gaining weight, or you find yourself losing weight. Loss of energy or increased fatigue, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much. Trouble sleeping. Now, this is Corona period. We all sleep a lot. We all wake up late. Okay? Because I'm not going anywhere. You cannot call that depression, but ordinarily, you know that I haven't really done a lot of work. I know that I haven't really stressed myself too much, and yet I find it difficult to keep my eyes open. Constantly, that desire to sleep and sleep and sleep, and no interest to wake up, no desire to wake up, no desire to face life, no desire to do it. You are not interested in anything. That is not the same thing as anger. That's not the same thing as anxiety. That's a totally different thing. And then increase in purposeless physical activity. You see some people, all of a sudden, you see them, they are, making some, how do I say, movements and gestures that you don't, or pacing around, or, developing some tics that they didn't have before. You see them, they make it doesn't have to be one particular thing, but they begin to have tics that they never had before. If you see things like that in a family member, in a friend, you watch out. If you see this sudden change that you never noticed before, something strange in a person, tic, biting of a finger, or ringing of their hands, or slurriness in their speech, you watch out and then maybe take some action. Then the biggest one of them, feeling worthless and guilty, difficulty thinking, concentrating, or making decisions. The worst of these all, at the top of them all, is the thought of death and suicide. People don't think of suicide because my husband refused to take out the trash, or my husband doesn't help me with the children. But the truth of this is that these feelings, they begin small, little by little, little by little. And what brings about depression? What are the causes of depression? How do they come about? How do they come about? Some people can get it, through thyroid problems, abuse in the past, physical, sexual, emotional abuse can increase the tendency of a person getting depressed. Now, sometimes when people talk about their situations, when people say, well, so thing happened to me 20 years ago, and for that reason they are depressed today, many of us look at them and we judge them. Many of us, like some people, some women who say, okay, I was abused as a child. Or men, because men can be abused and can be depressed as well. What we're talking about is not only about women, but also about men, because depression can happen to men and it can happen to women. Sometimes people talk about, well, I am feeling depressed because I was sexually abused many years ago. And we say, but that happened 20 years ago. But that happened 15 years ago. Get over it. The truth is that we are all wired differently. We are not all the same. We are wired differently. Some people are prone to certain diseases than others. Anybody can have depression. Anybody can get depression. Anybody can get depressed. But some people, just like some people are more vulnerable to get a heart disease, or more vulnerable to cancer, or more vulnerable to kidney stone. That same way, some people are more vulnerable to depression than others. It can happen to anybody, but some people are more vulnerable to it. So when we see people or hear people say, well, I was abused many years ago, or my mother and father abused me, not sexually, but they beat me a lot, or they said bad things to me, and that's why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Many of us, especially we Africans, can say, if you know how my mother beat me, if you know how my father beat me, Africa, no, they get depressed too. Is a lie. Not every child that was beaten as every person that was beaten as a child will get depressed in the future. But it can happen to somebody, and you and I look at it and we judge that person and say, well, what are they talking about? After all, if you know how they flogged me, you haven't seen anything. My sister flogged me, my brother flogged me, my father and mother flogged me. But you are not wired like that person. You are not the same. You are not the same as that person. We all have our ways of dealing with situations. So abuse in the past, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, it can increase the vulnerability to clinical depression later in life. So we need to be careful how we handle things. When our children tell us that this is going on with me, this is what is going on, let us listen. Because if anger, if anxiety, if the pain is not taken care of, many times people, don't want to deal with the pain, so they bury it inside. And that's why sometimes it's difficult when you ask a depressed person, why are you depressed? You say you are depressed. Why are you depressed? They find it difficult to say, this is why I am depressed. Many depressed people find it difficult to say, this is why. And the thing is, I talk to a lot of people, and you ask, okay, I don't, the thing they say is, my life is not going the way it's supposed to go. I am so unhappy. I don't know how to face life anymore. I'm just losing it. I can't go further. Okay, what is the problem? Oh, Mama, I really don't know. Everything is just not worth it anymore. Life is not, everything is just going bad for me. And then you ask the question, what exactly? I beg, give me some examples of those things going bad. And many times, they can't tell you one cogent thing. Because sometimes mentally, they have locked whatever it is, that trauma, they have locked it in somewhere, they have buried it in somewhere. And what they're just feeling is this feeling of inadequacy, this feeling of I'm not good enough, this feeling of, oh, check your network. What is going on with my network? Uh-oh. Please, what's going on? Somebody says, because sometimes mentally they have. Please, is my network still giving problem? Because I see someone has written, check your network, ma'am. What is going on? What's the problem? Let me see. Okay. Is it going better? Is it going better? Please let me know if there's something, if there's a problem with the network. If you can't hear me, please. Okay? Zini, please let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Ah, it's okay. Okay, good. Let's continue. God bless you. So I was saying that sometimes it's difficult for them to say, this is my problem. Because many of those things, many of the traumatic experiences, they've, put them in, they have internalized them, they have buried them, because facing the reality is more difficult than, it's easier to feel, oh, I'm not good enough. Maybe they were disappointed they've been disappointed in many relationships. Instead of facing the reality, they internalize it. And then instead of being angry with the men who disappointed them, they now begin to feel that, they have that feeling of inadequacy. I'm not good enough now. I have never had good luck with men. Men don't like me. If it's women, men, they say, I've never had good luck with women. They don't like me. I'm not good enough. And they begin to feel inadequate. They fail to see the good things about them. And that is just because of depression. That is just because of depression. And sometimes it's not just feelings of disappointment in the past or feelings of trauma in the past. Sometimes certain medications can lead a person to depression. So we have to be, very careful. There are certain medications that are used for the treatment of acne or some diseases or some things that when we take them, we may not know, but they can lead to those feelings of depression. So we have to be very careful when we are given certain medications. Read the how do you say, is it the side effects? See, some medicines, they say don't use it for a very long time because it has side effects. But many of us, when we just say, they say this one, Bosca is good for headache, we keep taking it and taking it and taking it and taking it. It's not that long intake of some medications must lead to that thing, but we need to be careful. When they say take something for 2 weeks, just take it for 2 weeks and move on. Certain medications can lead to that. There are many things that can lead to depression, death in one's family, loss of a close person. But not every case leads to depression. Not every time one loses someone. That's why I said in the beginning that we are not all built the same way. We are not all wired the same way. We are not all the same. The way I would deal with a situation, a loss in my life, the way I would deal with a loss in like when I lost my mother, it's not the same way my elder sister dealt with it. It's not, I have 4 sisters, but we all dealt with her death in different ways. If one is strong enough to say, you know what, I understand that our mother is old, okay, has lived her life, and we move on with it, and okay, it doesn't make that person stronger. It means that that person is wired in a different way. It means that that person is, and the one that is constantly crying about it and is not getting over the death, doesn't mean that person is weak. It just means that that person is wired differently. Major events in someone's life, even good, how do you say it? Even good events in some people's lives can overwhelm them into depression. Even good events, over excitement, can scare some people, can overwhelm some people. And instead of enjoying that event, it's like some people who have baby blues, who have what is it called, postnatal depression. Who doesn't want to be happy when their child is born? But there is something that goes wrong in the wiring of the brain And then instead of being happy that one has just had a child, that person becomes moody, that person becomes, sad and all. Now, we're not going to go too much into the expressions, the explanations of all how they come about and all that, because the topic is overcoming it. But I just wanted to give us a little extra explanation about what we are overcoming, about what it is about, how it comes about. Other personal problems, social isolation, maybe like some children. I said it before that men, women, even children can suffer from depression. Some children go to school, they have no friends. Others isolate them. All the other children isolate them. They get bullied. These things can lead to depression. So we need to watch out. How do we deal with it? The program I did 2 years ago, I talked about depression in the church. How do we deal with it? Depression in the body of Christ, how do we deal with it? Many of us, the mistake we make in many issues, many of us Christians, one major mistake we make when it comes to many, not just depression, many issues, is that when we have certain issues, we are so scared, we are so ashamed, so embarrassed to talk about it. I said that I did a program 2 years ago, and the reason I did that program was because 2 people sent me messages. That video, I'm going to share it another time, maybe tomorrow, so that those of you who didn't see it can see it. But I'll just briefly say what he said. A brother sent me a message. Mama, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that. I said, okay, I want you to pray with me. We prayed, we talked, we did everything. We talked what the Bible said about depression, how you shouldn't lose hope, how you should, put your trust in God, because those who trust in God, they will run, they will never get tired. We talked about how the Bible said that God will never leave nor forsake you. But then I asked him a question. After we had done all the Bible ones, I asked him a question. My brother, have you sought professional help? He said, what do you mean? I mean, like talking to a psychiatrist, talking to a professional counselor. He said, Mama, how do I, a worker in the church, a Christian, go to somebody, a psychiatrist, to say what? What will people say about me? It shows that I have no faith. It shows that I don't believe in God. My people, the Bible says that my people, perish for the lack of knowledge. First thing you do when you begin to feel that you have these feelings of severe despondency and dejection, feelings that life means nothing, not when you're angry with your husband or when you're angry with your wife for not taking out the trash, or for not helping you look after the children, or for not helping you make the bed when you're giving the children a bath. That's not what I'm talking about, because it happens everywhere, even in the best of marriages. But when you are feeling like, no, I can't go on anymore, please forgive me. I'm going to talk a little bit before I begin to read your comments. The reason I'm not reading comments is because I don't want to get a little distracted. So I will read the comments and then answer the questions. So what I was saying is this. We cannot allow, we cannot spiritualize physical things. No matter how faithful we are, no matter how Christian we are, no matter how powerful prayer warrior we are, there are physical things and there are spiritual things. I'll give you an example. Everybody knows Benny Hinn. He is a powerful, powerful, powerful man of God that we have known over the years. His ministry, number one ministry, is healing. But a couple of years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, he had multiple heart attacks. What did he do? He went to the hospital and had those things fixed. And while he was in the hospital, he was lying on his hospital bed and he put it on Facebook, pray for me. There is a place for prayer. We need prayer daily. We need prayers daily. In everything we do, we need prayers. But we need to take actions where necessary. Number one thing to do, seek for medical help, professional help. I know that in many churches, we have counselors, okay? Some pastors are trained in counseling. If you prefer to go there, but at least get the opinion, get the advice, get the counseling of somebody who knows what they are doing. Whether it be your pastor, whether it be somebody from your counseling department in your church, or from a real psychiatrist, a certified psychiatrist. Personally, why I would prefer a certified psychiatrist and why I would advise that is that many of us Christians, sorry to say this, we are, I don't want to use the word. We pretend too much. We don't want people to know that we are having problems. So we pretend. When they say, sister, how are you? We say, oh, highly lifted and whatever. At the end of the day, when you go to your Christian brother or your Christian sister to tell what is going on with you, we are afraid that our Christian brother or our Christian sister will look at us as not very strong Christians. So we pretend. We don't go to them. Even if we have a counseling department in our church, people who are specialized in that area, we won't go there because we don't want them to think that, this sister that is vibrant in the choir, this sister that is vibrant in the ushering department, this sister that is a vibrant prayer warrior, or that brother that is a vibrant Sunday school teacher, how can he be depressed? So we hide it. We hide it and we pretend, and we come on Sunday and we teach Bible study and we sing in the choir. Meanwhile, at home, we are dying and pretending to be, smiling and dying. That's why I say, if you feel so ashamed, because depression comes with shame, it comes with guilt, it comes with anxiety, it comes because in your head you're feeling like people are now looking at me like I'm crazy, even though they are not looking at you. But that's what it does to the brain. So I say to family members, if this person has passed that stage of taking decision, if that person has passed the stage of mentally deciding what is good for them, make sure they get professional help. Take them to a professional psychiatrist who will, first of all, you speak to your house doctor, explain to him what you're going through. He will direct you to the right person. And then you get the help that you need. That's number one way of dealing with it. Don't stop praying. While you are praying, get professional help. People around, try to involve the family member, the friend, the person that is going through this thing. Try to bring them back. Don't judge them. Because judging them, after all, what is it said? Are you the first person that her husband left? Are you the first person that the wife left? Are you the first person that was sexually abused as a child? Are you the first person to lose a job? Are you the first person to, those kind of statements? We are very good at it. We are very, very good at it. After all, that thing, it happened to me 65 times, and I am not dead. The other one said, even me, I have friends it happened to. No! Your 65 friends or your 65 times that it happened to you, you are wired differently. That person is not wired the same way. That person is not wired the same way. That's why we must not judge them. That person is not wired the way you are wired. So we must not judge them. We must allow them to feel what they are feeling. And sometimes there is a risk with people who are depressed. Their inability to express exactly what they are feeling. When we ask, okay, my dear, what is the real problem? What is the real thing paining you? I don't know. It's cry, 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 cry. And then we begin to say, no mind. She or he is pretending. She's just looking for attention. He is just looking for attention. She's just looking for attention. No. Pay attention before they kill themselves. That program I did 2 years ago, part of the reason I did it was when a 35-year-old pastor committed suicide. It was all over Facebook. A vibrant pastor, a youth pastor, who was powerful and vibrant in his church, he committed suicide. And then there was another one in Nigeria. The pastor was in America, and then in Nigeria. At that period, a lot of people in ministry were killing themselves. For what? For whatever they've been going through, and the shame of telling people that I can also be vulnerable wouldn't let them talk to somebody. It's better for people to laugh at you that imagine this one that says he's a Christian is even having problem. It's better for them to laugh at you and you remain alive. You come out of the problem than to hide and pretend to be a strong and powerful Christian when you are not. Depression can happen to pastors. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to presidents of countries. It can happen to even psychiatrists themselves. So don't feel ashamed to talk to somebody, not to the whole world. If you cannot talk to your husband, talk to your doctor, talk to someone. You must remember that you are not alone. You must remember that you are not alone. This is not something that only you, that is peculiar to you. Now, the Bible says that nothing has happened to you that is peculiar to you. But it says that when it comes, that God will provide a way of escape. So I advise, combine medical treatment with the Bible. The Bible helps you not with the physical treatment, because when you have a scar on your hand or you have a wound, the Bible doesn't put plaster on it to protect it from dirt. No, the Bible helps your how do you say, your emotional, your spiritual being, to tell you that, look, God has promised that you will not die of that wound. There are encouraging verses in the Bible to encourage you to move ahead, to see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That the challenges, they may try to break you, but they will not kill you. That's where the Bible comes in. You hold fast on God, you hold on to Him, while believing in whatever treatment you're getting. Because God gave man that wisdom, that medical wisdom. It didn't come from man, it came from God. It is God who gives you that strength to do and to will according to His own good purpose. That's what the Bible said. That it is God who gives you the will, who gives you the strength to do and to will according to His own purpose. So for doctors, psychiatrists, whatever they are, it is God who has given them the strength, the power, the knowledge, the wisdom to do all these things. So while we are looking for this medical solutions, we hang on to God. We look at scriptures that will empower us, that will equip us, that will quicken us, that will strengthen us. No judgment. If a Christian sister or brother comes to tell you that, look, I'm going through something, that in your very holy mind, you feel, no, this cannot happen to a Christian, because many of us are quick to assume, no, it's because of their sin that thing is happening to them. But don't feel guilty if you have said it about somebody. We have all said it, no man and I sin the killer. Because even in the Bible, when Jesus was dealing with the blind man, they asked, this man, why was he blind from his mother's womb? Was the sin, was that because of the sin of his mother or his father or his own sin? Ask me a newborn baby, what sin has he committed? So if you have said that about somebody else, you don't have to feel guilty. We have all said it. So dealing or overcoming depression. Remember, like I said in the beginning, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Empower yourself to the word of God that this has come, this challenge is here, but it will not take my life, because my life is built for a better tomorrow. There are many people who are going to watch this. They are not Christians. Some of them are atheists, some of them are Muslims, some of them are of other religion. So they may not believe in what we are talking about, that, okay, I have a purpose in life that Jesus has, chosen me. I say, remember, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The challenges will try to break you, but you don't let them. You don't let depression break you down. This is not a fight that only a one-man army fight. This is a fight that you have to fight with your loved ones, the family, the loved ones. We have a duty to the person who is depressed in our family, as the person, a friend, a family member who is depressed. We have a duty to stay away from judging them. Stay away from overcrowding their head with different thoughts, because you are not, maybe you don't know the right thing to say. You just go there and tell them, what is your problem? After all, many people have suffered this thing. Get over it. Line up you that is going through the situation. Quit the pretenses. Quit pretending. To yourself, first of all, write out your problems. What is it? Look deep. What is it that has been eating me up? What is it what is really my problem? Is it because my husband is not taking out the trash? Is it because my child is not passing his or her exams well? Is it because the people at my place of work are not very nice to me? Are those my real problems? Or there is more to it? We need to do every now and then that true self-search, because the truth is this: there is a truth everybody knows. There is a truth you know about you. Only you know that truth. Except you share it with someone, only you know that truth. There is a truth I know about myself. There is a truth you know about yourself that you may not have shared with anybody. But when it comes to the point where your life is in danger, because depression is a dangerous place to be, it's a place where self-hate can come up, where self-loathing can come up, where suicidal thoughts can come in a person's head, where life has no meaning. It's a dangerous place to be. So that's the place where, with your psychiatrist, we need to learn to forget the pretending, to forget the fake life. Because the adversity you face today can make you stronger tomorrow. If you refuse to face the adversity today, it will ruin your tomorrow. People can laugh at you today, but tomorrow when you make a difference, your failure in the past or your mistake in the past becomes a 3-day talk. It will no longer last forever. If you can, try to exercise every day. Try to do the things that you used to love, even if when your body, your brain, your head is telling you no. Try. Try the best you can. You don't have to become a sport instructor, but at least taking a walk from outside your house. I know that it's easy. Some people watching from Nigeria will say, well, it's easy to say, but psychiatrists and those we don't have in Nigeria is a lie. Everywhere you find them, but okay, I understand that not everybody can afford them. But if you cannot afford them, family members, here is where you come in. This is where you come in. Involve them in things that they used to love. You know your family, you know your friend. If you cannot afford that professional help for that person, help them. And the person who is going through it, be open and talk about it. I'm not saying tell the whole world, but there are some people in your life before the depression came, people who you used to trust, people who were good to you, people who were close to you. Be free to talk about certain things. Pretending that I'm okay when I'm not okay can lead to a devastating end. The kind of thing that will make a mother take her life, the kind of thing that will make a father take his life, the kind of thing that will make a child take their life without thinking of the people who love them. It's not seeking for attention. Many of us make the mistake of saying, no, don't mind him, don't mind her. Always moody. It's just looking for attention. Yes. Are there people who just do some crazy things to look for attention? Yes. But there are signs to look out for. Even the strongest of us all can fall into this. Even those we look at and say, oh, they are so powerful, oh, they are so strong, nothing touches them. No, 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 no. Let's not make that mistake. Let's look for ways to reach out to people. If people know they can trust you, if people know they can trust you as a member of the family, as a friend, it's very, very important that they can tell you that I don't know what's going on with me. And if you have people like that in your life, people that you can talk to and say, I don't know what's going on, and you know they won't judge you, you know they won't laugh at you, you know they won't take you out and tell the whole world, cherish them. If you are one of those people, cherish yourself. Be open. Talk about whatever is going on with you, not to the whole world. There must be people you can talk to. Remember, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I want to take a little time and read some of the questions here. I have a question. It says, hello, Ma, please, how did you deal with the stigmatization from family and friends without getting depressed? Well, I'm not sure exactly what this question means. It says, how did you deal with the stigmatization with the family from, how did you deal with stigmatization from family and friends without getting depressed? Okay, now I'm going to talk of two things in my life that I think may concern this. Okay, one of them is when I was trying to get pregnant. There was a lot of talk. She's just using her husband. She doesn't want to have children. She's just using his money. She just wants to get paper. Those things were said about me. Like when we talked about infertility, it's also one of those things that comes with stigmatization, comes with trauma, comes with talk. Just the same thing as depression. And also, when I had my surgery, or before the surgery, when my face started disfiguring, I didn't really have, how do I say it? A feeling of shame or depression. I think that is probably because, I always say it, that is probably because of the family that I come from, or the family that I have. My home, I think everybody kind of supported me. Just till like now, they support me in the things that I do. Do I feel happy that my face suddenly started disfiguring for no reason? Of course not. Was I sad? Of course I was sad. Was I angry? Of course I was. Now, when I lost 2 children in one day, I was pregnant for 5 months with twins, and I lost them. I went into labor and gave birth. The children were alive. They didn't die in me. And it wasn't like the usual, what do you call it? Miscarriage, where, okay, it happens, the blood goes out and the child is already gone and blah, blah, blah. No, I gave birth to them. They gave me the babies to hold in my hands, and for a few minutes, and then they were gone. Now, when that happened, to me, I found myself in a place where life had no meaning. I found myself in a place, if you read my book, Purpose Beyond My Scars, you will see. I found myself in a place where I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any sadness. I didn't have anything. I wasn't feeling anything. Now, that right there is depression. At the time, I didn't know. Because even in the book, I wrote that I wasn't depressed or anything. I didn't want to die. I didn't feel like dying. I didn't feel like killing myself. But for me, it didn't really make any difference. But what brought me back, or what keeps me going, I have been through hell and back. But what keeps me going is the thought of my family, my tomorrow. What will happen to these people who love me so much if I know that we will all die one day? But if somebody got sick and died, it's a different thing. But for someone to take their own life, it gives the people you left behind with the thought that they may have done something. So to the sister who's asking, how did I deal with stigmatization from family and friends without getting depressed? I honestly didn't have to deal with their talk, because the first 2 or 3 years when I couldn't get pregnant, there was so much talk from people, so many stories told about me, that I developed extra thick skin. At first, I was crying. Every time they told me something, I would go inside and cry and cry and cry and cry. I remember one Christmas, I told a friend of mine, I said, I want to have a get together here in my house. Let's just, a few friends, let's just have some fun. She looked at me, she said it in pidgin English. She said, what do you get when you want to celebrate? You know, go try. Instead, when you go try, maybe you don't begin. You don't want to do party for Christmas. What do you get when you want to celebrate? It was supposed to be an advice. That's why I say, if you don't know what to say, shut up. Don't say anything. If somebody tells you their problem and you have nothing to say, don't say anything. That's the advice that my friend gave me. What do you get to celebrate? It was Christmas time. I just decided in my house, let's invite some friends over and have fun. And that was the advice. What do you get to celebrate? As if my life was not worth celebrating. So my sister, how did I get through the stigmatization from family and friends? They had stigmatized me so much. They had talked about me so much that I no longer cared. And now you will say, but not everybody can deal with that. But I had some people, very small a group in my life, who always believed in me. Even when I don't believe in myself, even when I think I cannot, they say you can. That is why it is good, I say it all the time, to have a good support system. They don't have to be your family. They can be friends. They don't have to be your blood. They can be people you met along the road, at your workplace. Every one of us needs a good and strong support system. Not enjoyment friends. You can enjoy with them. Not friends who are just the day you have barbecue at home. Yeah, we come, we enjoy, we eat and drink with you. Not the day you have something to celebrate, you come and enjoy and drink with you and enjoy. But friends who won't get angry when you call them in the middle of the night and say, come, girlfriend, I don't know what is going on with me. Friends who will be ready to lose that sleep for you and still tomorrow love you. Friends who will be ready to say, you know what, I support you in this thing. I'm going to help you out the only way I can, however way I can. But you will never hear it elsewhere. Even when you quarrel, you need those strong support systems. I have friends in my life, not many. I have very close friends in my life that we've been friends for 20-something years. Are they perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. But we know where we stand in each other's lives. Every one of us, we need those. I hear people say, me, I don't make friends, so my husband is my best friend. My children is my children are my best friends. Easy and well. But if your children and your husband are that powerful support system that you have, fine and well. If a few friends, one or two or one, is that strong support system, your go-to person, the person that you can plug his or her brain anytime, and that person can plug your own too anytime, without feeling guilty that they are calling you at night. We all need those people. I know somebody has said, or some people will tell me that, well, the only person you need in your life is Jesus. Yes, the only person you need in your life is Jesus. But sometimes you are so down, that it becomes impossible to even think of praying. Those people in your life are the people who will come and wake you up in the morning. And on those days when you are sleeping and waking up becomes a duty, That's the moment when you need those go-to people. When you need your child or your husband or your wife, or that's your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, or that person, that go-to person, that's when you need them. We don't need an army of friends. We just need a few good friends that you can confide in and you will never hear it anywhere. I'm not saying we have to put all our lives in friends. No, but we all need very powerful support system. Overcoming depression is what we're talking about. Look for medical help. It's good to go to your Bible. Yes, read your Bible. Look for those words to comfort you, but take medical help. For those, I won't tell you what kind of treatment they can give you. You have psychotherapy, you have different kinds of ways that therapists will use to treat you, but that's for the therapist to tell you, not me. When you get there, the therapist will look at your case, ask you questions, know the right thing, what is going on with you, how long it's been going on with you, and tell you exactly what medication you need. So it's not for me to tell you. I know that there is psychotherapy or talking therapy where they discuss with you and ask you questions. I can't tell you what they will ask you. And then medication where we all know that brain chemistry may contribute to one's depression and may factor into the treatment. So for this reason, your doctor will tell you the kind of antidepressants that you need to use, the kind of sedatives that you need to use, the kind of tranquilizers, the kind of the specific symptom that you have given your therapist will tell the kind of medicine they will give you. So I cannot tell you now, well, when you are depressed, take for example now, take Panadol. I don't know the kind of depression you have. So seek medical attention, seek the professional help so that they will examine you, they will talk to you, they will know whether what you need is just somebody to talk to you, to help you dig deep and find out what exactly you're going through and how best to deal with it. Okay? Like I said, there you have psychotherapy, you have electroconvulsive therapy. Those ones are just names that I can tell you, but it is when you get to your therapist that he will tell you how best to deal with it. Like my sister Dawn Mildred, I don't know if I have answered your question. I don't know if I have answered your question. I think that first of all, like I told you before, you have to look into yourself. Get a value. And that's maybe we didn't do those things as children. We didn't learn those things as children. But those are things that we need to inculcate in our children. Knowing who you are as a person. Who am I as a person? What is my worth? Because if I place myself on a stand and say, well, I am worth €5, there is no way you can come and price me €6. No. And if I know I am worth €1 and I put myself at €10, you are going to see through that this thing is not worth €10. So don't overprice yourself. Don't underprice yourself. We need to have humility, but we need to learn to value ourselves. I started looking at my life differently after my illness. After my surgery, I began to look at my life differently. Not just my surgery, after a lot of things that happened to me, I began to look at myself differently. I began to look at my life differently. If I am drinking Gary, ordinary ordinary Gary, I say it, people laugh. If I'm drinking ordinary Gary, I drink it with joy, and I don't know how to say it. I drink it and I enjoy it. Not because it's expensive, but because if I died, when I lost 2 children in one day, when I lost those 2 babies in one day, if I died that day, somebody will tell you what you have gone through. You have a right to be depressed. You have a right to commit suicide. True. What happened to me that day, if I had to think like a normal human being, if I had to think logically, yes, I had a right to also kill myself, but I refused to. God refused to let me die because of the love of the people in my home, because of the family that I have, because of my child, my husband, my mother especially. This old woman will call me every day from Nigeria. It's not now that with 200 naira you can call, I don't know how long. That was when GSM was just coming out. If you put 500 naira, you say hello, it's finished. She was calling me daily. You come, we all need some good support system. If you have not been doing it, if you have not been a good support system for any member of your family, when I mean support system, not money, be the person that somebody can look up to and say, because of you, I refuse to give up. I want to lead because I have you in my life. I want to do better things because I have you in my life. Because of you, I have started looking at life differently. I want to be a better person because I met you. If you haven't been doing that, do that. And if you have been doing, don't stop. We all need a powerful support system. So I'm going to read comments like I said. Okay. Powerful question, yeah. Replying to don't check your network, blah blah. Okay, you are teaching ma. True talk is okay now, ma. Okay, okay. It's okay. Yes. I want to thank all of you, those of you who joined in. Tina Ezebiro, Mama, God bless you. Thank you for joining. Zini Walter, those there, God bless you. Don Mildred, God bless you. I appreciate you for that question. It's a powerful question indeed. Okay. Ajeda Ofori, God bless you. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Stella Opoku, God bless you. Thank you very much. Sneak Ray, God bless you, my darling. How are you? God bless you. Thank you for joining. Jerry Mama, Mama, God bless you. I appreciate you. Osareti Daniel Agbola from Spain, God bless you. Thank you for joining. Ogwe Kalu, Aluwa, thank you very much. Excel Mokaro from Genk, God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining. Yes. Stella Otoku says there are so many traumas in the church we refuse to talk about because we have made everything spiritual. Come on, darling, you are right. We have over spiritualized every physical thing. The truth is, why should I be ashamed to tell a Christian brother or sister that I am going through depression? If I have headache, should I be ashamed? If I have boil on my leg, should I be ashamed? Many people who know me have known for years that I have backache. I don't hide it. I'm not ashamed. I didn't cause it myself. So why should I feel ashamed if I have another how do you say it? Because depression is a medical condition. It's not because of church. It's not because I didn't pray well. It's not because I'm not holy enough. The same way my back is paining me, my knees are paining me. Come on, guys. As we grow older, some of these things, they don't function well anymore. Some people are very lucky as they grow older. Their joints are working well. But it's nothing to be ashamed about. We have over spiritualized everything that people become ashamed to talk about their problems. And what do? When the problem gets too much, they either start taking drugs or they commit suicide. That is why. Okay. Hello, good evening. Yes. Yes. Are you calling for the program?
Yeah, I'm calling for the program, yes.
Okay. Please, you can contribute. Please let us know where you're calling from and then tell us your contribution.
My name is Greg.
Okay.
Greg, I'm calling from Ruben.
Okay.
I also want to contribute a little bit about the topics you're saying about depression.
Yes.
I know depression is like, depression, they have different about depression.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going for you. So depression is some depression that is called trauma depression, which is the thin line, the thin line to madness. In Nigeria, in Africa, most especially, people look at them as mad people, but which is not real. It's not real. It's just a depression. And to my own understanding, depression is something that someone can handle by himself. And if you need love, people are going to love you for you to. There's noise there.
You have to lower. You are watching me from a device. You need to lower the volume of that device.
So the issue there is that depression, as you said, people who have depression, it may be a different purpose of that depression, but most of the time, depression, the way I see it, is something someone can handle by himself. Nobody can help you on that. Because if you're waiting for your family to show love or anybody to show love, you will never get it.
Okay.
And that way, and when you're disappointed by your family, it's more because I know most family today, we are depressed. They look at you as a mad, they clarify you as a mad person.
It's true.
And they will treat you like a mad person, and they will treat you like someone who's not balanced.
It's true.
So in that way, when you discover you are depressed, I think I'll advise you. Most Christians go there and kneel. And God will reveal to you, and most of the times you do what you know best in your life. I know it's a difficult period. It's a difficult period in your life, but you try. Put God first. Put whatever you're doing, let God take control. No matter how situation you find yourself, whatever you see yourself. Because at the end of the day, people will know that you're depressed as long as you're going out, because you're not balanced. Sometimes you have some misbehavior. Depression is like madness. I don't know if you know.
But you know that sometimes some levels of depression, the depressed person is not able to make rational decisions, and they don't even believe they have a problem. Because it's not in all cases that the person can really understand that there is a problem going on.
That's what I'm saying. I want to tell you out of my own experience,
Okay.
And that road, I thank God for everything, sadly. When I discover the level I find myself in the society, then I have to keep up from that society and face my problem with my God. There was a time of my life, even everybody said, even my own family, even my own, everybody rejected me. And they look at me as a mad person inside me. But inside, when I come home, I tell my God, I'm not mad. Sometimes some things I do that of depression. And in that moment, God will reveal to you certain things in your life, what you like to do best in your life. Because some people like to play music, some people like to play. Just find something you know it best in your life. You can do best in your life, and do it. No matter the kind of thing is that, Simon. As long as it's not something that it's a crime or that kind of that will lead you to crime or that kind of stuff, I think that's the only thing you can handle depression.
Yes.
When you have depression, you go to psychological or they will give you medication. Medication doesn't do anything in your body. Medication just calm you for that moment, and when it expires, it come back to your normal this year.
Yes, that is why you have to surround yourself with people who can encourage you. If you have come to a point where you cannot fish out yourself, if you can fish out yourself, That's why I said that we have to learn to have value for ourselves. If you value your life and know that there is a reason for tomorrow, then you will do everything to stay for that tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, but you know, in that state of depression there, your way of reasoning now is not, can never.
Voila.
So, and that's why I tell you, that moment you are reasoning fine, the only alternative for you, find things you know best. When you are doing that things, you add it to God. Understand me? Don't believe what the psychology tell you. Don't believe what the doctor tell you. Just believe what God tells you and what you know about God. Understand me? Because I know in my own situation that I have two people that come to me, T-Mobile and CGG, and the similar and say, these people they come to me, do the day, it was okay, and I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm strong. But the night they're not there with me. No. The night comes up in a big way, and the whole thing came up in my mind fresh, and that's where I get. So that's why when I talk about depression, the first one, that was the period I discovered one thing, and I love that thing. Did not actually do it. I discovered how to play game. Okay. I play that game every day. It's like it's my, even when I'm in the church, I'm thinking about that game. Even when I'm anywhere, I'm thinking about that game. So it's just find something you know best in your life. I love internet. I like to work with the computer. I love internet. And that's, I focus so much of my life. I put it on that internet. That's what I mean. And with God too. And in that way, I think with all of taking our eyes, and I found my way, and I found and everything got okay. Even the psychology people, I told them not to come again in my life, that I'm okay with myself. Wow. People cannot help you, I tell you. I know a lot of, I'm not excited, I don't want to call names, but I know a lot of people I trusted so much in that period, even the pastors, they betrayed me. That's what I mean. But when I just handled myself with my God, you find out everything came back, I came back normal. And most people do in my situation that time, which I know that they're not recover and they're not normal, the same way I encourage and the same way they did, I work for them. So when you're talking about depression, you talk about the traumatic depression, which is like madness in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it's madness. They handcuff you and put you down. It's a mad person. I'm sorry, which you know that very well. Most people that are mad are not mad in Nigeria, you understand me? It's out of depression. Most Africa is South Africa, most of the time. So and my situation was it's almost the same thing that would happen to me if I'm in Nigeria or like that. There's a situation that I misbehave. I go to shop. When I go to shop, I pick things I will not pay, and I fight them in the shop here. And they say that I fought police, I slapped police officer here. So it's a lot of things that happen. That is. So also in my system here, they know that this guy is depressed, and they know that, and that kind of thing. But it's not God that came into my life. I don't think today I would be able to understand them. Yes. If you open up people to people that matter, nobody's matter. I don't think anybody's really people that are, you don't trust anybody. People, the depression don't open on people. Open yourself and God, that's all. And that's what I tell people every time. Now, depression
can also be a reason for mistrusting other people. I know that sometimes people betray us. I know that sometimes people can be very untrustworthy. But one of the signs of depression is mistrusting the world. It's now the world against us. But not everybody is so untrustworthy. If you have tried, I am talking about my own situation. When I had difficulties, I had a lot of support from people around me. I had a very powerful support system, and that helped me. So that's why I advise families to, try the best they can. If they cannot, you as a person, you need to dig deep inside yourself and find your own self-value. I said it also that if we didn't learn these things as young people, it's one of the things we must learn to teach our children to know their value, to learn their value from her, from childhood, so that when bad things begin to happen in life, God forbid, if any bad thing happens in life, they know that in spite of this particular thing, I am still worth something. There is a value to my life. My life is not just so silly that I can throw it away because I have, been, faced with challenges. I still have, my life is still worth something, regardless of what I have been through or what I am going through.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And my situation, my that period, I'm almost done with that period and that adult in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was, I don't, but as a child of God, I asked myself, when I keep myself, I'm going to her. So,
voila.
So, and the same time again, the people here, they put me on a suicide watch. Because they know the people when they had this kind of problem, the next thing to commit suicide. But I know to serve me, I'm a Christian.
Yes.
I cannot fight the battle at the end of the day.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
It's cool to encourage people, encourage our children, and tell our children.
It's true.
But when you're in that situation, my sister, I don't know if you have been to, that's what they call traumatic depression.
Yeah, I believe that you did not start with us in the beginning, because we talked about all these things that can cause, trauma, sickness in one's life, loss of loved one, different kinds of things, medications that can cause all these things. We talked about that in the beginning. Yes. Is that right?
We need to, I think it should be one day public.
Is all right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a loaded land. Land is like a land of, so people, when people have died inside room, when they died, they have problems. You say, this is where, and I say, I don't think you know her. She died 3 weeks with nobody knows. She's a member of the team. She worship with touch redeem. And it's very powerful.
Okay.
Because of one depression or
Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have some other questions, and I was just receiving a call, and the person hung up. We thank you very much. What you're saying is very correct. Like the lady who died, we don't know what happened, but that is the reason where, like you said, don't depend on people. Sometimes we cannot ostracize ourselves from people, alienate ourselves from people. That's part of depression. I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody. At the end of the day, somebody can just die and nobody will know for 3 weeks, because they have alienated themselves from the world. It's not okay. I know that the world is untrustworthy, but not everybody.
You see, when I say don't tell people much about your problem,
okay.
People when you tell people much about your problem, most people, this world they were in, they will accept you. And no matter, I don't know. I'm a very good pastor friend of mine. Whatever it sees me, what they tell me is well. Believe me, that word is well hit me. At the beginning, I was writing with Timothy. I can this pastor every time I my problem. It's my pastor friend. I don't want to call him.
Let's not call him.
So it tell me swear. And that is swear. At the stage, that is swear. Give me.
Amen. Amen.
I was so close to them. I get on my heart. I try to trust them, and they pretend they're going to help me. Believe me.
Yeah, but sorry to say this. Sometimes when we tell people our problems, we already have the help that we want from them. We have already decided in our head, this is the help that we want them to give us. And when they don't give us that help, we say they betrayed us. If you are talking to somebody, it's not for you to decide what help you get from that person.
They said depression is trust. And when somebody has that kind of depression, you know, it's struggling back to trust. I know that issue. I promise you I fail that person at the beginning of the day. So what do you expect that person to have again? After the person trying to build up trust, the society try to build you to trust again. And then someone who you trusted that is a man of God, and he betrayed you.
Well, the mistake we make is that we believe that because a person is a pastor, that means the person must have all solutions to our problems. God did not tell you to trust pastors. He didn't. He said you should love them. He didn't say you should do your hope in them. Some people are not pastors. They are nothing. They have no title, but they are people that you can trust. It's not because a person is a pastor that automatically that person is trustworthy. You've had friends. Yeah.
You find that everything is good before you.
Okay.
Everything around you is good. You know, if you want to say any brand quality is good to you. So that's why in that period you don't want to know who is real pastor, who is not real pastor. Pastor, you call it the name of God like a pastor. You know, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But you see, if you want to come back to trust woman being again, you want to come back to trust.
Okay.
And see someone pastor of God and he betrayed you.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to trust. Pastor is a title assignment.
He's a person as well. So let's continue. Thank you very much. We appreciate you because some people are they want to also contribute. Thank you very much for calling in. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. So we have other questions. If you want to call in like our brother did, you can call on WhatsApp. The number is 0473526048. The number is right there to call. But I have some questions that I received earlier to answer. But let me go through this. Let me go through the chats and see if we have other questions, questions that we need to answer. Okay, just a second, because he called on WhatsApp, so I have to go back to Facebook again. Soul Elite. Okay, so let's see the questions. Yeah. Okay, before I find that, let me talk about some of the questions that I received. He said, what if you are living with the person who caused you the depression, or who is causing you, who's bringing depression to your life? What if you are living with that person? Okay, so I have the comments again. It said everyone has a different tolerance level. No need to measure pain. Voila. God bless you. It's true. Everyone has a different tolerance level. Oh, okay. We learn from each other indeed. It's called lack of knowledge. Yes, it's true. Okay. Tina Ezebiro says you're on point. Thank you, Mama. Good evening, man. God bless you. I appreciate you. Chidimma Okere said that's true. Linda Olenen said that's true. Victor Tony says find help at the right channel. See, God has given us everything that pertains unto our life. If you are pregnant, see a gynecologist. Not everything is church. You're right, my brother. It's not everything that is spiritual. Then somebody says, okay, more grace, man. God bless you. True testimony. I appreciate you. You are a miracle, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Nadosia. My tomorrow. Yes, indeed, your tomorrow. That's good. It's okay now. Okay. While praying, get professional help. We spiritualize everything. We must not over spiritualize physical things. Taking actions, very important. Thank you. You're making points. You are teaching. Okay. Say it again, man. God bless you. Wow. Yes. Okay. Someone is crying. Okay. We have a doubt. Okay. Now, some of the questions that I have received before, let me read it. These are from WhatsApp. Let's see. It says, what about questions on depression? It says, number one, how can one deal with depression that comes from his or her employer? How can one deal with depression that comes from one's employer? If you are working in a place, I know that it's difficult to get a job. If you are working in a place and the treatment you're getting from your place of work is causing you depression. I know of a woman who used to work in a bank, and the work was so overwhelming, she got a burnout. Burnout is the same thing as depression. Now, when you are overwhelmed with work, all those kind of things, she got a burnout. She left that job and went to another job. And she got a burnout there again. She left that job and went to another job. And she got a burnout in the same place. Now, 3 places. Okay? And then after the 3rd place, she went to a 4th place. In all these times, every time she got the burnout, she would stay 3-4 months at home trying to get therapy and all that and all that and all that. And then she will go back to get another job, go there again, get a burnout, come back home, stay another 2-3 months, 4 months at home, and get another burnout for 3 places. Eventually, she decided that her burnout was coming from, I don't know from what. She got divorced, and this time she couldn't change from job to job. Now she's working in a place, and that job she has kept now for more than 4 years. So the question is, was it really her job giving her that depression? We don't know about that. We have no proof. We have no reason to substantiate that this is where she's getting the problem from. But if you are sure 100% that this is where I'm getting my depression from, there is nothing wrong in looking for another job. There is nothing wrong in speaking to your boss. If he fires you, he fires you. But first, see if you can get a different job. If you cannot get a different job, maybe try to reach an agreement with him. Try to make him understand how you're feeling, but not insulting him, not by, being rude or anything. You can change your job. Okay. Next question says, how can one deal with depression when you are living in the same house with the thing making you depressed? Okay. If you are living in the same house with the person depressed or the thing, it says, if you are living in the same house with the thing making you depressed, I'm sure you are not living with your table. So when you say the thing making you depressed is either your husband or your wife or your sister or your brother or your roommate. But I want to say, depending on the relationship you have with the person, if it's a roommate that is causing you, a roommate that's okay, schoolmate or whatever, you can move out. If you are sure, but first of all, you have to search yourself if this person is the cause of your depression, because depressed people sometimes cannot accurately pinpoint what exactly is causing their pain. You have to be very careful. Is this person the reason for my depression? Because some people say, my husband is causing me depression, and they leave that husband, they marry another one, that same one will cause them depression. They marry another one, that one will cause them depression again. Some men will say, the wife I married is not good. They leave that one, they marry another one, that one causes them depression again. Because one thing, I believe I said it in the beginning, or yes, I said it, that some people are prone to depression. They are prone to have depression one way or the other. Just like some people are prone to kidney stones. So they do everything to not to have it. That same way, depression is like that. There are some people, is in them. They are more vulnerable than you and I. They're more vulnerable. There's nothing special, causing it, but they are vulnerable to them. To depression. It's already in there. So it will take something, maybe a major event or a major setback or a major betrayal. Something will happen that will trigger it. Okay, so when you have yourself in a relationship or living in a house with somebody like that, who is already susceptible to depression, the little thing you do, they say you are the cause of their depression. But when they leave you, that depression is still going with them. So before you decide that, okay, my partner, my roommate, the thing that is causing me depression is in the same house with me, be careful that that thing is what is causing you depression. If you are very sure that that is what is causing you depression, you move away from there. But if this is your wife, like I said, depending on the relationship, if this is your wife or your husband that is causing you depression, that you think is causing you depression, we say that is allegedly causing you depression because we have no proof that he or she is causing you the depression. There are also resources. You can go for marriage counseling. You can go for couples therapy to see how you can work it out. You can discuss with that partner. Let them know what they are causing you, not in a fight, but discuss with that person what their action is doing to you. If you notice that your partner is not the type of person who would listen to you, then you can look for an external body like a marriage counselor, your pastor, or someone who he or she respects, to explain to your partner that, look, you are putting me through this and it's not okay for me. It is causing me pain. It is causing me depression. If at the end of the day you do all this, okay, and nothing changes, if that person, I don't know how they are causing you the depression, maybe through physical abuse, maybe they are beating you or whatever, and you feel that your life is in danger, and not only are they beating you, but you are beginning to get those thoughts, those suicidal thoughts. You know that now you are getting closer to the edge. My sister, my brother, there is nothing wrong in physically removing yourself, temporarily removing yourself physically from where that person is. Either go to your parents, give them chance for you people to do couples therapy and see if it will work, because many of us can say, okay, sit down there and pray, and if you jump off the cliff, the prayer is over. So it's better if it's because they are beating you, or because you see that the reason, the cause of this depression is something that is endangering your life. I will say physically remove yourself from that place so that you don't get hurt. The third question, he said, hi, I am depressed. My husband left the kids with me and ran away with his new wife. How can I come out of depression when I hardly meet up with the children's fees and feeding? Okay. And then the fourth question is, how can I deal with depression that comes from a cheating partner who has refused to stop cheating? Okay. The first one comes from a lady who says that she is depressed. Please, if you're online and you want to call to contribute, the number to call is 0473-5260-48. You can call direct or you can call on WhatsApp. You can also call me on Messenger to contribute. Tell us your own opinion if you have any. Okay. So the question is, hi, I am depressed. My husband left me with the kids and ran away with his new wife. How can I come out of depression when I hardly meet up with children's fees and feeding? My sister, your husband left you with the kids and ran away with another woman. You can hardly meet up with the fees of your children and feeding your children. Okay, I get a call. Hello, good evening. Are you calling to contribute? Okay, okay. Go, just wait, let me put you on speaker. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. So,
Hello.
hello, good evening. We can hear you.
Good evening. I'm calling to contribute.
Okay.
So you were talking about a partner who is complaining that that her partner or his partner is the reason why she's depressed or reason why he's depressed.
Yes.
So I would first of all say self-evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
She has to make sure that you are not your own problem. Sometimes we are our own problem. And you have to know that you are not your own problem. Because sometimes there's some things that you may be feeling, maybe from your friends, from the environment, from the situation that is happening in the world. And then you will not be mistaking it from every action your partner is displaying to that house. And then sometimes your partner as well, you are even causing her, you are making him or her depressed as well, because you are not seeing your reaction, the effect of it on the other person. So sometimes I would suggest or advise that we do self-evaluation first.
Self-search.
On the second question, talking about someone who lives with a cheating partner, it's something that you cannot change. When it comes to things that we cannot change, I would say acceptance is needed. But while accepting, you have to take precautionary measures. We shouldn't be quick to judge. There might be a reason why the person is doing what they are doing. First of all, if I'm the person, I will talk it out with the person. Know the reason why they are doing what they are doing. If you are not the reason, and it's something that you know that you cannot handle, that is when you talk to your God. Whatever you cannot handle in life, whatever we cannot handle in life, no one else can handle it for us. The person that will be able to handle it is God. So you now turn to God and pray for that your partner. It's possible that some things that the person is facing, or that some things that is pushing that person to do what they are doing. So prayer becomes the order of the day. Okay. Thank you very much. That's my little contribution.
Yeah, but in a situation like the question says, when that partner refuses to change, I understand from your point of, I understand your point of view, okay? There is nothing that God cannot change. But in a situation where these people are probably, because people who are going to watch this program, I know that there are some atheists among them, there are some Muslims among them, there are some, other religion that will watch. What is our advice to them? Because we cannot advise them to go pray. An atheist is not going to say, okay, take it to God. We can only say this if this is a program only Christians watch. So I believe strongly,
not for Christians alone. Okay, then I have to be neutral this time around.
Yes.
When it comes to this particular situation that you don't know how to pray your way out, take care of yourself.
Voila.
Take care of yourself and cherish yourself and appreciate yourself. When you begin to look at your environment, if you are someone who is married, focus on your children. If you have a job, focus on your job.
Yes.
If you have any other thing that you are doing, focus on it.
Self-value.
Take care of yourself.
Self-value.
Self-value. Value yourself, because you cannot change that person.
Voila.
And keep hope alive that someday things will become better. Marriage is already for better, for worse. Because if you leave next person you are going to, how are you sure it's not going to be worse than the person you are living with? So I would say self-care. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Stay happy. Stay positive.
Okay, that's for the partner who is cheating. What about the partner who is the cause, who is allegedly the cause? What if in a case where the action of that partner becomes a danger to, let's say, a wife's behavior or a husband's behavior becomes a danger to the other partner? Because the first question is about this issue of what if I'm living with the thing causing me problem? What then do we do in that situation?
Yeah, like you already said, take a walk. give yourself a break for a while. And the reason why you have to give yourself a break for a while is because you still need yourself alive. You cannot continue living with something that traumatizes you.
Yeah.
It could lead to severe depression or severe illness that could cause cancer or any other internal disease that would lead you to lifetime treatment. Like you keep treating yourself for a lifetime, and that partner is not even ready to take care of you at that time. So I would advise you take a walk.
Oh, thank you so much. It's true. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you very, very much for this contribution. God bless you.
That's true.
Okay, so that was our host for this program, the founder of Soul Elite, Zini Walter Igbokwe. Zini Nadoze Igbokwe. Okay, so our question, the number 3, how do I deal with a husband who left me and ran away with his new wife? How can I come out of depression when I hardly meet up with the children's school fees and feeding? That's what I was talking about before we got the call. My sister, you cannot meet up with the children's fees. You cannot meet up with the feeding of the children. And that's why you're depressed. It's a very pitiful situation. It's a very bad situation. And I know that the reason you're worried is because of your children. But if you die today, your children, how will they move on? How will they survive? They will survive one way or the other. I don't know where you live. I don't know whether your husband's family are there. Reach out to your husband's family. Maybe they can help you out somehow. In the meantime, I don't know whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you are whatever. I don't know what you are. Put your hope in God. Put your trust in God. If you are a Christian, while you are praying for him to realize what his duties are in the life of his children, if he has decided that he wants to run away with another woman, I pray that he comes back. But if he doesn't come back, let him realize, okay. Hello, good evening. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Ezewa in the Igbo Island.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, I'm going back now. I'll go back now to, I don't know how I will go. Like, I'm already watching you in Facebook.
Yes.
I don't know how to call you there.
You don't know how to call me on Facebook?
Yeah, I don't know how to call you there, to be watching you and
I'm calling. Okay.
You know?
Do you have is this your number WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I call you.
Okay.
So you call me on WhatsApp now.
So I call your WhatsApp. Okay. Add contacts. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I'm calling you on WhatsApp now.
Okay. So can you watch me now on Facebook?
No, I don't know how to go back because I'm watching you with my phone.
Okay,
I'm watching you on Facebook. So how do I go to Facebook now?
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Wait.
Okay. Just scroll out of
I'm on Facebook now.
Voila. Okay, so you can hear yourself. Okay, so
yeah, I'm watching you on Facebook.
Good, great. So we are listening to you as the one in Igbo from Ireland. Hello. Hello.
On the Facebook now, I'm seeing you.
Yes. So you can talk. They are hearing you.
question because the other one have answered the question. What's the new question?
Okay, the new question is, my husband left me with the children. How do I come out of depression? Yes, I cannot pay the school fees of the children and I cannot feed the children. How do I come out of depression? How do I move on with my life?
I didn't hear the question. He said I cannot pay the school fees.
Okay. A woman sent us a question. She said that her husband left her. Did you understand that? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yeah. To me.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Oh. Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, can you? We are hearing you. We are hearing you. You can talk now. Did you get the question?
That is always I say to every woman. Don't base on a man because you married a man.
Mm-hmm.
You married the man and he always based on the man to giving you. I stay idle and waiting for. This is what always happens. Always happen when you always hoping for one thing.
Yes. Yes. Hello. We cannot hear you again. Hello. Hi. Bad network. Bad network. Cause let's try again and see.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now very clearly.
I say this is what is happening all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman is always idle and hoping for a man to giving her, to feeding her, he'll be using you like a football. He will do anyhow he wants. He always open hand and begging. But if you have something that you are doing, before a man marry you, we earn something. That is when the right hand watch the left hand, the left hand watch the hand. If he didn't get anything, some men marry a woman for only what they have, and some men marry a woman to know that he will gain something from there. And when he see that you are not gaining something as much he wants, he run away. And some men as well have already grabbed and eat everything that he know that he have, and he remains sharp. When he born baby, cha,
he run away.
To the house and he run away. He run away. That is why always don't. A man is like a baby. When you have a man, you have one baby.
Okay.
First baby. You have to use your sense. Use your sense. Don't open and give all the man. They say, hey, open for your husband. You're open for your husband. He will grab everything that you have. He grab everything of you and take broom and sweep you up. Sweep you up and the bunny baby so that you are too busy for that baby and he can't do anything. And he render you useless and go.
Okay.
But then you can't pay school fees. He can't do this. Why you cannot pay your school fees? Are you not doing this? If you don't want to pay school fees, do something. Marketing, business, do something. Take the one that you grabbed before. When a man giving you money for food or something, some women don't know how to save. They give them 100,000, they finish 100,000 a day. Even to get that 100,000. Because we say that all the firewood that we keep when there's in a dry season, the one that we are using in
rainy season. It's true.
In a rainy season, if you didn't save it, service and this in case of incasity. You know? Because it marry a man, to marriage now is like a business. If you don't know that, you know, there's no love to marry because some man will marry you because someone introduced to marry. There's no love before. You marry that man, you know, the man will whether you gain something for you, did this, he jumped to marry you. And when he grab opportunity, he jump out. And every lady that a man, one woman never be enough for a man. Never.
Okay.
So if you believe that your husband is with only you are deceiving yourself.
Ewo.
You are deceiving yourself because they always have concubine outside there.
Chai.
And if you are not doing them very well, they will run away and when they come by, they will just lie on you. They didn't go business meeting, they go business trip, they go many things. You know, they're going for their second one.
Chai. So
men are selfish, they don't kick back.
So what should our sister do now? Now that she didn't save for rainy season. Now rainy season has come. She has no firewood. What must she do now?
Now, depends the area it is. You know?
Yes.
They have to, it depends the area she is. You know, if it's in Europe, let him go consult the
authority.
Authority. You know, for the authority, we help him to bring something if we do child support.
Even in Nigeria, they are doing that one now. Even in Nigeria, they are doing that too.
Let him consult the authority. So for him to do it, that is only where he can be, children can be going to school.
Okay.
Pay for and from there, she will open her eyes.
Okay.
To do what? Find something to be doing.
Okay. There is.
Open her. Don't do anything. Even buying banana and selling banana. So your children will learn from you.
To be hardworking.
Every disappointment is a blessing. It's another opportunity. Every disappointment is another opportunity.
Awesome.
Better don't fold hand and crying.
Wow.
On that. Because when you are folding hand and crying cannot to fetch it and bring forth.
At all. Powerful.
You have to look another opportunity because every disappointment is opportunity.
Okay, so it's not necessary for her to be depressed. It's for her to open her eyes now and look for solution, not to get into depression. Because depression is not good.
Because if you go down crying, which day you will cry it? When you die, something has that person he run away, will come and jump for your children and press them up.
Okay.
Killing them.
Okay.
But it's better you look after that your children, know that this is their hope.
They manage the small food they have, yes.
Yes, this is my hope. God, you give me these children, you must give me something to feed them. Now, this is a little one I have. I want to get banana selling. I want to buy good banana. I start selling this banana. Bless me with this. You know, you are selling that banana. Someone look you, how you're selling banana with that children where they are. They will stop and give you big money, sir, which you don't understand. You never know how God do the miracle.
It's true.
You have to go out there and do what? And fight for your right.
And try.
God will see you through.
It's true.
He can bless you through another person on the way. I'm saying I'm crying and depressing. You're depressing. Who are you depressing? When you are sick, who will bring the money for your sickness? When the money for sickness come, when you didn't see money for them to go to school, or when you're sick, but then you see money for go hospital.
Wow. So there is another question here, and that's the one of a woman says, how can I deal with my husband who is always cheating and doesn't want to change?
This woman a man, my dear, a man needs that.
A man needs cheating.
If you don't give him that sex, he will go outside there and fetch it because they cannot live without sex.
But what if he's getting it and he's cheating and he doesn't want to change? What do you do? Go to depression?
He can't change. He can't change. She is not satisfying him. And what do you want that man to do? If he's a sexual man, he has to go outside there and fetch it.
Eh?
Yeah. Some women, when their husband come,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they want to touch them, they don't want. No. I don't have time. I'm tired. The man will accept. He tell you today, he tell you tomorrow, he are tired. Again, he will fed up on you and go and look that thing outside.
So
He's a man.
so is it part of the women that the men are cheating?
Some of them is their woman. You know, they don't satisfy them. You know, some women don't even know how to romance. Someone giving the romance, leave me alone. You know? What do you want the man to do? He needs this thing. Okay, if you know your husband is always going outside and they are giving that thing, you know what you do? Buy sex film. Buy sex film and watching them. Know how the style is. Know the style their husband needs.
Okay.
Need that style. Work out. Work what is going on. What your husband is hungry, your husband. Give him all.
Okay. I think
you cannot satisfy your husband. There's another person outside there want to satisfy him.
Okay.
Then you go there all the time and get that satisfaction because the man needs sex.
Okay.
He needs sex to survive.
Here's the one.
That sex will cause he will have cancer.
Here's the one. I think this topic, this one you just said, man, I think we are going to make a new topic of this one, a new program, and you will be the guest on that thing because I want you to teach. No, it's not laughing matter. I want you to teach on this matter because I'm laughing here and I'm sure that maybe women are laughing, but maybe they will learn one or two things. Because some of the things you said now, I have not even thought about it. But maybe some women will also learn something from it. So I will. I have your number. I will contact you. We will talk about that.
Some men is sexy that they never. See, a woman doesn't give the husband, and the husband doesn't move. And not that he doesn't have it. Every man. Let me tell you, a man said, I don't have anybody outside. Only that person, only that he don't want you to know because it is not good for a man to tell the wife or show the wife that they have somebody outside there. It's not respectable. You know, they all have. They all have. In a secret way.
No, wow.
How?
Child.
When you have a new baby, you cannot give that sex. You don't know there's somebody who is feeding him with the sex. When your pregnancy is due that you cannot able to perform very well, there's somebody who is giving him performance.
Child.
If he come back, he will tell you. Sometimes when he fed up on you, when he always begging you, he fed up on you, and he's outside there and getting somebody who is giving him the way he wanted it. When you come out, when at the time you need it, he don't want to give. He tell you that he is tired too. He started treating you that I'm tired. I'm doing this. Somebody else is already give him tiredness. I've already finished everything up.
Okay. Well, like I said, I will call you. We must talk about this thing because I'm sure some women are getting hypertension this night for this small one you talk now. But we need to learn to make. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
There's some women cannot able to. Some men cannot able be satisfaction. You know, even their wife give them from night. You know, they will still go again unless the woman is available to do all day or half day. Do it or half day, all away. You know, there's some man, you know, really need it.
Okay.
If you know your husband is very sexy, you know, and he cannot carry it, allow other people to share.
Okay.
Yeah, allow them to share because you are the housewife.
Child.
You are the housewife.
people is the one helping you.
Ah.
Because they cannot bring them out inside.
Okay.
It's really respect that they cannot bring. See, here, there's many things our African people don't understand.
But but is this allowed in a Christian home? When
It doesn't matter Christian or not Christian. Christian doesn't matter. See, David, how many wives he have? David is having concubine upon he has many wives. Having concubine. But he's still a child of God. He's still love with God. Let them not deceiving you. You know?
Okay.
Let them not deceiving you. You don't have, and our pastors who knows all these things, they are all outside, they are getting their own.
It's okay.
You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, this is the reality.
No, this topic we must do it. Oh, I mean, you will talk. We must do this topic.
See, somebody is a housewife. Who is my mother of my? Who will be my? This is how men create their pets. This is my wife who will bear all the children I want for me. Is my housewife. The one that bears children for me. Don't play with that woman.
Okay.
And this is my girlfriend. You are my girlfriend. Nothing changed. I have seen where a man is talking to a girlfriend saying, never you call my wife again. It's my wife. It's mother of my children. I have seen where he's very annoyed with that girlfriend. Say, if you don't want, you go. I take another one. This one, don't ever try to talk against my wife. It's my wife and the mother of my children. They all know their boundary.
Okay.
They know their boundary. The man respects you. He don't want you to know that he have a concubine. He don't want you to know because he have respect on you. You know, but you go peeping the phone, know who call or who don't call, who does and do that. You are the one provoking that problem to come to you. You are causing the heart attack. You are causing yourself heart attack because when you dig in and get what you don't want to see again, that is your problem. And if you disturb them too much, give them wahala too much, they run away and go another place and fetch doing what they are doing. They won't change it.
Okay.
Because it's their life. It's what makes them happy. And what they make them to live. And they believe that your wife, you're under them. You can't control me.
Hey. It's dangerous like that too.
You can't tell me what I will do. If you don't want
no, that one is not good though. At all.
It's not good. But I'm telling you, some men have that heart on that, like that. Because they don't know how to talk. Their word is authority.
Chai.
You know?
Now God will help us.
So men know how to, know how to talk and make that you cook the soup to be a lovely soup. And the wife will accept it.
No, as a wine, this one must be a fresh topic. Therefore, you people should get ready. Get ready. This one a new topic. As a one who will come and teach us specially because this one not the ordinary hand there. She will come and teach us specially.
No problem. You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. You have made. I see many of the people are laughing online, and me too. I'm laughing here. So we will make a good day for this one. Me and you will talk online and decide the day we will discuss this matter because many of us we need to learn. Oh, we need to learn many things.
I can tell them. You know what you will do? Either you leave it or you stay with it.
Abi?
Instead of killing yourself.
No need to kill oneself. You people have heard. No need to kill yourself.
Marriage it will not take you to heaven.
Okay.
You can't go heaven because you marry. You go heaven because of your character on what you do.
Okay.
Go and fighting a woman because he's sleeping with your husband. The person is very stupid.
Okay.
Because you're fighting a is moving with my husband. Where are you when you're moving with your husband? Or if we are doing good, the husband will not go and fetch that woman. But you cannot give your husband, the woman is giving him. So there's no need of fighting or discrediting yourself, because if that woman kill you, your husband will still go bring that woman top of your children.
I'll take another one. Okay. Well, we thank you so much, Ezewani. God bless you for joining us, and God bless you for contributing. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much for contributing. Thank you. We appreciate you. Okay, thank you. So, guys, you have heard, don't kill yourself. Our sister who her husband left, don't kill yourself. If the man doesn't have family that you can go to, there are some businesses. I know that when you ask our family members, I want to, how much do you need to start a business? They'll be giving you prices of 500,000, 1 million. But I hear some people, they will say, I see some people online, they say, I just need 5,000, 10,000 to start something. Even like Ezewani said, even if he's selling banana, even if he's selling pure water, even if he's selling anything, the smallest thing, you are sure that you and your children can eat that day. My sister, there's no need to kill yourself, because if you kill yourself, what will happen to those children? Let those children be your focus. Let those children be your motivation. Because brother is gone with another woman. After talking to his family, if they cannot help you, okay, no problem. If you are in Europe, find a way. I don't know whether you are legally married or not. But even if you are not legally married, there are some social help. Reach out to social people. I don't know in which country you are. If you're in Nigeria, 5,000, 10,000, you cannot tell me that you cannot find 5,000, 10,000 to start, even if it's pure water. If you have 2,000, well, buy 2,000 own, sell. If you get 5 naira on top, you eat with that 5 naira slowly. Things will work out well. Please don't kill yourself. Don't get depressed. Don't. But first of all, reach out to his family, because those children are their children too. So that's what I say. If there are no other questions, we have answered the questions. Okay, somebody says discuss with the person, but before then, you have to examine yourself, making sure you are not your own. It's the truth. I said it before. People who are depressed, they think that they have a war against the world. It's their battle against the world. Everybody hates me, and there's no need to live when everybody hates me. There's no need to live my life. Life has no meaning because everybody hates me. Nobody loves me. For that reason, there's no reason to live on. So we need to do self-evaluation, self-check. This person, this my boss, I'm looking at that is the source of my problem. This my husband, this my wife that I think is the source of my problem. This my roommate, are they really the source of my problem? If that's why some people, they say, oh, I wish if I could just buy this wristwatch and all my problem would be over. They buy the wristwatch. Then it becomes, if I can buy this bangle, all my problem will be over. They buy the bangle. If I could just buy that eyeglass, they buy it. They still have more problem. If I could buy this stuff, they keep wanting, if I could, because the root cause of the problem has not been detected. The root cause of the problem has not been solved. So we need to go to the root cause and uproot it from there. Before one can say, I am depressed, it's good for us to look at the root cause before we start thinking of, is your husband, is your wife, is your brother, is your sister, is someone else. So if we do not have any other questions or any other callers, I think we are going to end it up here today. We have done our best. We have exceeded the hours we're supposed to be here. And I must say that I quite enjoyed the program. Let me check on WhatsApp if I have other questions. No, let me see. Okay, we do not have on WhatsApp, so let me see on Facebook if we have any other question on on Messenger. Let's see. Otherwise, we are going to you ordered the Samsung. Okay. I don't see any other question on Messenger. So I just want to say on behalf of Soul Elite, on behalf of Vocals for Christ Foundation, I want to appreciate all of you for joining today. I want to appreciate you, Zini Walter Nadozie, for inviting me to be a guest on your platform. I appreciate all of you who joined today. You are so many, I cannot mention all your names. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining. And thank you for the powerful questions. There's a wine. I appreciate you. Those of you who called in, Greg, I appreciate you for calling in. Zini herself, thank you for joining in. Thank you for calling. Those of you who sent questions and those of you who sent comments online. Victor Tony, thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Adide Afori, Osareti Daniel Agbonlaho, Zini Walter, Nnadozie J. Igbokwe, Stella Opoku. Okay, because some of them are appearing twice. Okay, Victor Tony, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Ezewan Indibo Island. Thank you for joining. Chidima Okore. Okay. Thank you, Benny Stanford. Thank you, Linda Olenin. God bless you. Princely Osas, my blessed anointed child. I appreciate you. Thank you for following me here. Frederick Stanford, thank you. Thank you, all of you. If I call your name, if I didn't call your name, it's not because I don't love you. It's just that you are so many that I cannot call everybody's name. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Until our next program, keep joining and supporting Soul Elite. Keep watching Vocals for Christ. If you have any subject that you want us to discuss, any story that you have that you are going through, and you think that it can help someone else, send in the story, send in your question. If you have any question that you want us to answer, if you have any story that you want us to talk about, Vocals for Christ is open for us to discuss it on the Upliftment Hour. That's what we do. And I appreciate you, Zini, like I said, for inviting us to your platform to also be a blessing to the people. You all have been a blessing to me. Your contributions, your questions has really helped me, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you. God bless you. Until we meet again, I am still your very own Amanda Lasmon, and keep watching Vocals for Christ. God bless you all.